You know, police across the country have been feeling the intensity and the pressure since the eruption of protests and rallies throughout the country demanding justice in cases of police brutality. And in fact, a veteran San Jose police officer, well, he ends up suspended after some inflammatory, and I put that lightly, threatening. I mean, these tweets were very inflammatory, without question. And I want to go to Daily Share correspondent Natisha Lance on this. Natisha, let's start with the officer's tweets. Exactly what did they say?
Well, the officer is named Philip White, and he posted these tweets on Saturday, but then he took them down. But BuzzFeed was able to get a screen grab of them before they were deleted. So here's what the first one said. It read this: "Threaten me or my family, and I will use my God-given and law-appointed right and duty to kill you. Hashtag Cop Lives Matter." So that was the first one. And the second one said this: "By the way, if anyone feels they can't breathe or their lives matter, I'll be at the movies tonight, off duty, carrying my gun." White's entire Twitter account has since been deleted, but the San Jose Police Chief, Larry Esquivel, did release a statement, and here's what it said. "It is extremely important for the community to know the comments made on Officer White's private social media account do not reflect the thoughts or feelings of the men and women here at the San Jose Police Department. And Officer White is on administrative leave without pay currently."
Thank you so much for that, Natisha. And Deputy Chief, I have to go to you on the issue. I mean, under these circumstances, is it free speech, or would you have taken the same action and suspended the officer?
That's the dilemma. You'll always get the free speech argument, but I would have taken the same actions as a chief. I think you have to look at something like this. You have to put that person on leave, get him or her off the street, find out what's going on, find out what's going on in their life. Maybe there's something going on in their life that's causing this seemingly aberrant behavior. So I agree with what the action the chief took here.
What do you say to those that are saying, well, you know what, but people are enjoying the protection of the police, and there's been this just backlash against officers all around our country. We're seeing officers who are trying to protect protesters, make sure that they have their First Amendment rights. Those officers are being assaulted.
They are, and some of my colleagues in NYPD recently have been assaulted. A good friend and colleague of mine, a full inspector, who's two ranks above a captain, out there on the front lines with his men and women, got punched in the face at 125th Street the other night. Totally unprovoked assault. A couple lieutenants get kicked in the face or whatever on the Brooklyn Bridge. NYPD and other departments do it, but I'll talk from the NYPD perspective. Sure. Nobody does disorder control and handling of demonstrators better than the NYPD. Years ago, when I was a young cop, it was basically hats and bats. Bring a helmet, bring a nightstick, and if it happens, it happens.
But then doesn't this San Jose police officer perhaps speak for a lot of officers when he says, you know, I'm going to take the day off with my badge and my gun and let you fend for yourself?
I don't think he does. I think this person has some issues. Most cops do not want to be confronted off duty, especially with their families. Most cops are not sitting inside their door waiting for a threat to their family so they can now kill someone, as this gentleman mentioned. So I think there's some issues going on with this individual that he might need some counseling.
Retired Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey, what say you about this? I mean, is this something that's an isolated instance, you think? I mean, I would hope that he's not speaking for everyone.
Well, clearly he speaks for himself. And if sense was common, everyone would have it, right? And so somehow this young man made it through the system. And so what we have to do now is we have to deal with him. We have to handle him. And I appreciate him for tipping his hand, because he has clearly brought some very scary biases to this position as a police officer. My hope is that when they're done with this administrative investigation, they fire him and not give him the gift of resignation, which will allow him to then go and become a police officer somewhere else. So I'm glad, I applaud him for telling us who he is. Now we need to believe him.